All right, let's dive in. Today, we're basically going on a ghost hunt, but not for the kind you see in movies. No, we're hunting a phantom that's hiding in your home right now, silently draining your power and your wallet.
I mean, think about it for a second. You grab the remote, you hit the power button, the screen goes black. You think, job done, right? But what if I told you that off doesn't really mean off? What if a ton of your devices are just waiting?
And that is the phantom we're hunting. It's got a few different names. Some call it phantom power, others call it vampire power, or even ghost load. It's kind of spooky, right? But all it means is the electricity your gadgets are quietly sipping on, even when you're not actively using them. They're just sitting there, plugged in standby mode. Now, you might be thinking this is some kind of malfunction, but it's not. It's actually a feature. Yeah, this whole thing is by design. It's the little bit of juice that keeps the clock on your microwave lit up, that keeps the sensor on your TV ready for the remote control, and that lets your game console fire up in seconds instead of minutes. It's all about convenience, but that convenience has a hidden cost. And that cost is, well, it's pretty staggering. Get this, for a lot of our electronics, a massive 75% of the total electricity they use in their lifetime is consumed when they aren't even on. Let that sink in. 3/4 of the power is just for waiting. So what does all this wasted energy actually look like in the real world? Let's break down what this is really costing you, because it's more than you'd think.
On average, this phantom power can account for up to 10% of a home's total energy bill. Seriously. So for every $100 you spend on electricity, 10 of those dollars could be going to power devices that you think are completely switched off.
And here's how it adds up. Even 1 single watt of power being drawn 24/7 adds up to about 9 kilowatt hours of wasted electricity over a whole year. Now, 1 watt doesn't sound like much, but multiply that by the dozens of devices we all have plugged in around the house, and suddenly, it's a big deal. So, who are the main culprits? Which gadgets are the thirstiest energy vampires, secretly sucking down power while we're all asleep? Let's unmask them. And the number one suspect is probably not what you'd guess. It's not the huge TV. According to a study in Tamil Nadu, India, the worst offender is often that little, boring set-top box for your cable or satellite. Because it's always on, ready to get signals, record shows, update guides, it can waste almost 115 kilowatt hours a year, all by itself. And in total, that same study found the average home was wasting about 174 kilowatt hours every single year just on standby power. To put that in perspective, that's enough energy to keep a super efficient LED light bulb running continuously for more than 2 years straight. The good news here is that people are aware of this. This isn't a new problem. It was first flagged as a serious issue way back in the 90s. That led to something called the 1 Watt Initiative to get manufacturers to be more efficient. And now, since 2013, a lot of new devices are regulated to use less than half a watt on standby. But that doesn't help with all the older, power-hungry gadgets still lurking in our homes. Okay, so what can we actually do about it? How do we slay these energy vampires and get our power bills back under control? Well, turns out the solutions are actually pretty simple. Here's a 4-step game plan. First, and this is the easiest one, just unplug stuff. Your phone charger, the coffee maker. If you're not using it, unplug it. Second, get a power strip for your whole entertainment center, the TV, the console, the speakers. Then you can kill the power to everything with just one flick of a switch. Third, dig into your device's settings. Look for power-saving modes. They can make a huge difference. And finally, when you buy new stuff, just look for that Energy Star label. It's a simple way to know you're getting something efficient. And hey, if you want to level up your game, you can get smart power strips. These things are awesome. They can automatically cut the power on a timer or when they sense a device has gone into standby. Some even have motion sensors that turn things off when you leave the room. It's like putting your energy savings on autopilot. So look, saving a few bucks on your bill is great, but slaying these phantoms in your own home actually scales up to have a much, much bigger positive impact. And this is the part that's truly mind-blowing. Because of all the energy lost when we generate and transmit electricity, for every 1 unit of power you save in your house, you're actually saving 2.5 to 3 times that amount at the power plant. Your tiny change makes a massive difference all the way up the chain. So at the end of the day, it's a total win-win. You're making small changes that lead to a real savings, putting money back in your pocket. And at the same time, you're taking a little bit of pressure off our power grid, which is a huge win for the environment. And that kind of leaves us with one last question to chew on. we've just pulled back the curtain on this invisible system that was costing us energy and money without us even realizing it. So it really makes you wonder, right? What other phantom loads are out there in our lives, in our budgets, in our daily habits, that we could fix if we just took a moment to see them? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.